Donald Trump has found himself in yet another legal predicament, this time over the unauthorized use of Eddie Grant's iconic 1982 hit, Electric Avenue, in a 2020 re-election campaign video. A federal judge in Manhattan, John G. Coelho, handed down a ruling that has left Trump liable for monetary damages. The legal dispute, now over 4 years old, centers on a video that was posted to Twitter during Trump's 2020 campaign, which used Grant's song without permission. Grant, a prominent British musician known for his socially conscious music, was infuriated by the use of his work in a political context he did not support, leading him to sue Trump for copyright infringement. The video in question, which was a part of Trump's broader campaign strategy in 2020, depicted an animated scene where a Trump-branded freight train raced across the screen, with a much slower handcar following behind, representing then-presidential candidate Joe Biden. As this animated sequence played out, Grant's song, Electric Avenue, provided the soundtrack, featuring its distinctive beat and Grant's famous "Oi" shout. The video gained significant attention on social media, amassing millions of views and nearly 100,000 retweets before Trump's team finally agreed to take it down. However, by that point, the damage had been done, and Grant filed his lawsuit shortly thereafter. Eddie Grant, who had always been protective of his music and its message, expressed outrage over the song's usage. Known for his politically charged lyrics and activism, Grant explained that Electric Avenue was written as a protest song, commenting on racial and economic inequality. The association of his song with Trump's campaign rhetoric, which he found divisive and derogatory, caused him considerable emotional distress. In his initial lawsuit, Grant sought up to $100 million in damages but later reduced that figure to $300,000, plus legal fees. In defending the lawsuit, Trump's legal team admitted that both Trump and an aide had posted the video to Twitter without securing the proper licensing for Grant's song. However, they argued that the usage fell under the fair use doctrine, a provision of U.S. copyright law that allows for limited use of copyrighted material without permission, under certain circumstances. Trump's lawyers claimed that the video was not a typical campaign ad but rather political commentary, which they believed was protected speech. Furthermore, they contended that the use of the song was transformative because it was part of a larger satirical work mocking Biden. They also argued that Grant had not held the proper copyright for the song at the time of the lawsuit. Judge Coelho, however, disagreed with Trump's defense, ruling that the video was clearly part of a political campaign and did not meet the requirements for fair use. In his 30-page decision, Coelho emphasized that the video constituted a wholesale copying of music and dismissed the idea that it was protected as political commentary. He also rejected Trump's claim regarding the copyright issue, noting that Grant had taken the necessary steps to protect his work by registering the song with the U.S. Copyright Office. Coelho cited an earlier ruling where he had stated that the video was unmistakably a political campaign ad, regardless of whether it solicited donations or not, and therefore was subject to copyright law. The question of whether the video was transformative was also addressed. Coelho was not convinced by Trump's argument that the video had altered or added new meaning to the original song in a way that would justify fair use. The judge noted that simply placing the song within a political video did not significantly change its meaning or purpose, and therefore it could not be considered a transformative work. The court ruled that Trump's team had essentially taken Grant's song and used it as the background for their political messaging, without adding any significant new context or meaning to the original work. In addition to the arguments about fair use, Trump's legal team also contended that Grant should have directed his lawsuit at the creator of the video, rather than Trump himself. They argued that Trump was not personally responsible for the video's creation and therefore should not be held liable. However, this argument was also dismissed by Judge Coelho, who ruled that Trump, as the individual who posted the video and benefited from its distribution, was ultimately responsible for the copyright infringement. With Trump now found liable for copyright infringement, the case moves into its final phase, where the issue of monetary damages will be addressed. Eddie Grant has requested $300,000 in compensation, and the court is considering whether to convene a jury to determine the exact amount Trump will have to pay. If a jury trial is convened, it could involve witness testimony from both Grant and Trump, as well as further legal debates over the extent of the damages. However, it is also possible that the judge will make a final decision on damages without a jury trial, based on the evidence presented so far. This legal defeat is just one of many Trump has faced over his unauthorized use of copyrighted music in his political campaigns. Over the years, numerous artists have expressed outrage and taken legal action after learning that their music was being used at Trump's rallies or in his campaign videos. Musicians such as the Rolling Stones, Neil Young, Celine Dion, and the estates of deceased artists like Isaac Hayes and Sinead O'Connor have all demanded that Trump cease using their songs without permission. Many artists, who do not want their work associated with Trump's political platform, have been vocal in their objections. The Rolling Stones, for example, have publicly criticized Trump for using their songs at rallies and have threatened legal action multiple times. Trump's legal battles over unauthorized music use date back to his first presidential campaign in 2016, when artists like Aerosmith, Adele, and the Foo Fighters demanded that he stop playing their songs at his events. While some of these disputes have been resolved by removing the songs from Trump's campaign playlist, others have resulted in ongoing litigation. The issue of copyright infringement has become a recurring problem for Trump's campaign, leading to negative publicity and legal complications. In the case of Eddie Grant, the lawsuit has dragged on for 4 years, with both sides engaging in extensive legal wrangling. Trump's legal team has managed to get portions of the case documents sealed or redacted, arguing that certain communications could unfairly impact Trump's current bid for the presidency in 2024. Grant's legal team, on the other hand, has pushed for all case documents to be made public, arguing that there is no justification for keeping them sealed. As the case nears its conclusion, it remains to be seen whether there will be a jury trial to determine the amount of damages Trump will have to pay. Regardless of the outcome, this case serves as a reminder of the importance of copyright law and the protections it affords to artists and their work. It also highlights the ongoing legal challenges that Trump faces as he campaigns for the presidency once again, with multiple lawsuits and legal controversies surrounding him. In addition to this case, Trump is also dealing with several other legal battles, including a federal sexual assault lawsuit and a hush money case in New York. These legal issues, combined with the backlash from musicians over the unauthorized use of their songs, present significant hurdles for Trump as he seeks to regain the presidency in 2024. However, Trump's legal team remains defiant, continuing to argue that his use of Electric Avenue was protected under fair use and that the lawsuit is without merit. As for Eddie Grant, this lawsuit marks a significant moment in his career as he seeks to protect the integrity of his work and ensure that it is not used in ways that contradict his values. Grant, who has long been an advocate for social justice, has made it clear that he will not tolerate his music being used to promote political messages that he does not support. This case has attracted attention not only for its legal implications but also for the broader debate it raises about the rights of artists to control how their work is used in the public sphere. The final decision in this case could set a precedent for future disputes over the unauthorized use of music in political campaigns, potentially influencing how campaigns approach the issue of music licensing going forward. For now, the legal battle between Eddie Grant and Donald Trump continues, with the next steps likely determining how much Trump will ultimately have to pay in damages.